Everything on Earth can be organized into 4 main spheres, but how do they fit together and interact? Let's find out together in this Earth Science episode. Earth has 4 spheres that are represented by these 4 spheres of Plato. This is the geosphere. Geo means ground, like geology and geography. So this sphere is full of all the rocks and minerals on Earth. Then there is the hydrosphere. Hydro means water, like hydraulics. This is where we find all the water on our planet. Biosphere is next. Bio means life, like biology or biography. Everything that is considered living can be found in this sphere. And finally, we have the atmosphere. Atmo means air, and there really aren't a lot of other words with that prefix. This sphere contains all the gas on Earth. Labeling each of these categories as spheres might be a little confusing because they really aren't separate round containers of rocks and water, for example. I guess the atmosphere is technically round, but the geosphere should have a lot of raised areas and depressions. And don't even get me started on the hydrosphere. Water is everywhere. This is just a way of categorizing the main ingredients, if you will, that mix together to make Earth. So it ends up kind of like this. Sort of. Like we said earlier, the geosphere contains all the rocks and minerals on and in the Earth. Think of all the layers of the Earth. Below our feet are tons and tons of rocks, soil, clay, sand, metals, and minerals, all the way to the core of the Earth. The sand on the beach and the bottom of the deepest trenches of the ocean belong in the geosphere. Mountains, volcanoes, and the magma bubbling inside, cliffs and giant boulders stuck in glaciers are all part of this sphere. The hydrosphere contains water in all its forms. Water in lakes, rivers, and oceans. Water falling as rain, snow, sleet or hail, water dripping down into underground aquifers, and even water as vapor, floating around just waiting to mix with dust to become clouds. Water is hanging out in plants and animals, and even in the very cells that make up us. The biosphere contains all living organisms on Earth, from giant blue whales to the tiniest bacteria. Reptiles, insects, arachnids, birds, mammals, plants, fungi, and even tiny organisms you need a microscope to see. If it's living, it belongs to this sphere. If you're not sure exactly what is living, you can check out this video. The atmosphere contains all the gases floating around us. Gases like nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and carbon dioxide, to name a few. You can think of the atmosphere like this nice protective blanket for our planet. It protects us from things like radiation from the sun and breaks up small space rocks that might bump into our planet. The atmosphere extends about 6,200 miles above Earth's surface and contains several layers. If you're still here liking this video, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Like we learned earlier, these spheres aren't separate. They're constantly interacting with each other. Let's take a look at an elephant to see how this living organism interacts with each sphere. These elephants are stopping at a pond for a drink. This pond belongs in the hydrosphere, and that water is going to travel through the elephant's body and even become part of its cells. This elephant is eating lunch. This plant belongs to the biosphere, as does the elephant. These guys are having a dust bath. This coating of dirt on their skin provides UV and pest protection. The dirt belongs to the geosphere. This elephant and the white cattle egret here have a symbiotic relationship. As the elephant feeds on the grass, small insects are kicked up and become a nice snack for the bird. This guy is getting rained on, an interaction between the atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. What are some other sphere interactions? What about a volcanic eruption? Lava, part of the geosphere, flows out of a volcano, destroying vegetation in the biosphere, while ash and other gases are released into the atmosphere. These dust and ash particles combine with the water molecules in the atmosphere and form rain clouds interacting with the hydrosphere. Erosion by rivers and streams cut into the Earth's surface, creating gorges and canyons. The largest and most impressive example of this is the Grand Canyon. Wind in the atmosphere can cause weathering, slowly breaking down large rocks or carrying away topsoil. Photosynthesis is a great example of an interaction between each of the spheres. This plant, part of the biosphere, absorbs energy from the sun and combines it with carbon dioxide found in the atmosphere and water from the hydrosphere that's absorbed through roots anchored in the geosphere to make its own food. What other examples can you think of? Pay attention to all of the interactions around you today. And if you want to learn more science, you can check out this video next.